Emma woke up in a strange room. How did she get here? Her head throbbed in pain from last night. Who did she come to this cheap hotel room with? Just then, she heard the shower in the bathroom turn on. Was the mysterious man still there? Emma felt too embarrassed to face him. Panicking, Emma collects her things, puts on her dress, and rushes out of the room. What had happened at the party? Emma tried to recall. She was drunk, celebrating being cast in her Hollywood debut. But her jealous stepsister, Stephanie, had made a scene at the bar. Why couldn't she remember what happened clearly? Did Stephanie drug her? Stephanie walked down the same lobby moments later. She had tracked Emma's phone straight to that very hotel room. Stephanie deeply envied Emma, ever since they were little girls. She couldn't accept Emma's rising success. She wanted to be the one to become Hollywood's biggest star, and she was willing to do anything for it. The next few weeks pass by in a flash, when suddenly, during the shoot of her first film, Emma discovers that she is pregnant. Emma is paralyzed with fear. How could she do the movie if she was pregnant? Who would she say the father is? Would Emma's Hollywood dreams be destroyed forever? Stuck in Stephanie's web, Emma decided to leave LA. All alone, she raised not just one, but two beautiful children, twins. But now, after 5 long years, she is finally going to return to Hollywood. Emma needed to find the father of her children and to get revenge on her evil stepsister, Stephanie. Over the last 5 years, Stephanie was living the life that Emma had once dreamt of. She was Hollywood's biggest star. Now, Stephanie drove around LA in a gorgeous Rolls-Royce. Rumor had it, it was gifted to her by a secret admirer from the industry. Through her devious ways, Stephanie had gathered many fans, and all of them wanted a piece of her. But nobody knew that behind her beautiful face, Stephanie hid many dirty secrets. As she entered Hollywood's biggest production office, she met the real secret behind her success, Hollywood's biggest producer, William Anderson.
Stephanie, what are you doing here? You know better than to show up at my office like this.
Stephanie had risen to fame all thanks to him, but she still wasn't satisfied. She wanted William, all to herself.
I know, but it's my birthday today, and I thought maybe you could come over tonight.
I have back-to-back meetings all day. As I've told you before, I have business to do.
William is tired of Stephanie's growing advances, but he fears that she will create a media scandal about him. It was all because he thought she had saved his public image that night. He had been high on drugs that night 5 years ago. The woman he met had stopped things from going out of control. But when he had sobered up in the morning, Stephanie had been the one in the hotel room. Stephanie's lies were not enough to persuade him. Deep down in his heart, William knew that Stephanie was not the woman he had spent that intoxicating night with.
Stephanie, don't make me repeat myself. It's pathetic.
Stephanie's ego is hurt by William's rejection. He didn't even care to wish her.
All right, I understand.
Good.
He had never once touched Stephanie all these years, but he had spent that night with Emma without a second thought. The lifelong jealousy Stephanie had for Emma took a hold of her once again. She decided, if William didn't come to her party, she would publicly embarrass him for taking advantage of her that fateful night. But little did Stephanie know that on that very day, Emma is returning to LA with her twins to find their father and confront Stephanie. In the cab as they pass that same bar, a lost memory flashed before Emma's eyes.
You're safe now. Do you still want to stay?
Outside the cab window, Emma suddenly spots billboards. It really was Stephanie. Her stepsister had taken everything from Emma by drugging her that night. Emma knew it was Stephanie's birthday. It was the perfect night for her to take her revenge. It was suspicious how Stephanie had become Hollywood's latest sweetheart so quickly. Emma put her kids to bed and took her car straight to her old home. But she did not know it was the venue of the night's biggest party. As she pulls into her old driveway, the paparazzi surround Emma's car.
Isn't that Emma Miller?
But didn't she disappear right after signing her first film?
The night had already begun to take a turn. Inside the mansion, a grand party was roaring away. Dressed like a star, Stephanie made her grand entrance and waved at her guests from the balcony. But inside, she was worried about something else. Emma looks at Stephanie standing where she would be. If only she did not get pregnant 5 years ago. How did Stephanie become the center of Hollywood's attention so quickly?
Hey, Stephanie! You look gorgeous! Thank you. Mwah.
Just then, Stephanie's eyes fall on Emma standing in the crowd.
What is she doing here? And tonight of all nights? I swear she wants to ruin my life.
I don't know, Stephanie, but we must handle this carefully.
Her whole plan could fall apart all because of Emma. As Stephanie walks towards Emma after all these years, she is nervous. But she does not let it show in front of her guests. Emma had to run away after Stephanie had drugged her that night. But it was indeed Emma that William had spent that night with, and not her. Stephanie could never let her plan fall apart so easily.
You guys go on and have fun. I have some family matters to attend to. I'll catch up with you later. Follow me.
Emma has her own plan. She wanted to know the whole truth from Stephanie. She has to confront her stepsister tonight.
How dare you come back? I thought I made it perfectly clear that no one wants you here.
Emma tells Stephanie she needs to know the truth about what happened at her Hollywood party that night, 5 years ago.
Fine. Follow me. We're gonna have a little chat.
Emma cautiously followed Stephanie into a private section. It was the moment that Emma had spent years waiting for. But she could not lose her cool.
Wow, Emma. You really know how to pick your time, don't you? I mean, don't you know that today is my birthday? Look at how many famous people are here to celebrate me. And then you show up, dressed like that. I mean, I can't have people thinking that my stepsister is a waitress. It's like you have no regard for my reputation. You're so embarrassing.
Stephanie.
Emma had no interest in Stephanie's fake fame. She just wanted to find the father of her children. Stephanie could help her answer that question. She tried to push Stephanie to know clearly. How did she become so famous after Emma left LA?
You're here because you're jealous of my success. I mean, you can't accept the fact that I made something of my life. I always play the victim. It's pathetic.
Pathetic? What's pathetic is the fact that despite me knowing your devious ways, I thought that maybe I could see you in a better light. It's so clear that you were the one who orchestrated the downfall of my career. And I have no doubt that it was you. Spiked my drink that night. It was all because of your manipulations that I had to leave LA, my career, my dreams behind.
You're making up stories, Emma. Besides, you can't prove any of that. You're just bitter because your life fell apart.
Bitter? You are the reason my life fell apart. You couldn't stand that I had a successful career, and you did everything in your power to destroy me.
A cold sweat runs down Stephanie's spine. Her confidence wavers for a moment as she looks away from Emma as the crowd suddenly roars outside.
He's here. Who are you talking about?
None of your business.
Afraid her secret will be out, Stephanie thought of how she would get Emma to leave. She had to make sure the two of them never meet ever again. She makes up an excuse.
You know what, listen, you're right. I've been lying to you this whole time.
She tells Emma that she will tell her everything later, only if she leaves the party right now. She threatens Emma that if she doesn't leave the party right away, she will expose to the world that Emma left Hollywood because of an illegitimate pregnancy.
How dare you! I don't understand why you have this much hate for me. We're supposed to be sisters, for God's sake.
We're not family. I guess it's about time you find out your father's dirty little secret. One night, he got drunk, and he told my mom that you're not even his biological daughter. That's right.
I guess your sweet mother wasn't as innocent as she pretended to be.
Emma's mind raced in panic. She could not bear to hear Stephanie's lies any longer. She just wanted her children to meet their father.
Stop it. Stop it. You're insane.
What's wrong? I thought you, of all people, appreciated hearing the truth. Should I go on? Can I share more?
Emma tried to find the words to hurt Stephanie, but before she could say anything, Emma noticed Stephanie's expression suddenly change. She was looking wide-eyed at someone right behind Emma. As she was about to turn around to see who it was, a strong, cold voice spoke.
Leave her alone.
Emma's eyes lock onto the stranger. His eyes look into hers and send a chill down her spine. What was he doing here at Stephanie's birthday party?
It can't be.
Stephanie had her back against the wall. Was Emma going to tell William about the children? Is this how Emma's Hollywood dreams finally come true?
To listen to the full audio series, install the Pocket FM app now.
Pocket FM. Download the app now.